Hi, everybody. This is Tamara Oviet with Sacred Activations. And the activation we're going to be doing now is the Christ Consciousness. The Christ Consciousness activation is a heart healing activation. It really, really heals your heart of self judgments, which allows you to heal your heart of judgments towards others. It's just activation is just really, truly amazing. I think everybody should do it. The Christ consciousness activation, what it does is it plugs you into the fifth dimensional grid system that is available around the earth now. As most of you know, we've moved from the third into the fifth dimensional grid system. A lot of us are still stuck in fears and suffering and stuff in the third dimensional grid system. But I know a lot of us are moving away from that. A lot of people are waking up to this unconditional love. And that's what this activation is all about, is plugging you into that unconditional love of the fifth dimensional grid system so that we can really love ourselves. And when we can really love ourselves, then we can love others and we can start loving the world. There's two other activations that I suggest to do after this one. And I suggest to give them a little bit of time in between them. And the reason is because these activations bring up your emotions and your belief systems, and change them. And but sometimes we can feel a little emotional when all those belief systems are coming up. So, but the next activation that I would suggest to do after this is Mother Mary activation. And Mother Mary activation really gives you a deeper love for our brothers and sisters around the world. And then there is the Sacred Heart activation that I definitely would not do unless you do these two. And the Sacred Heart activation really gets you to where you can really live in your Sacred Heart. And that's truly amazing, but you can't do the Sacred Heart without doing the Christ Consciousness and the Mother Mary first. So anyways, the Christ Consciousness activation I got or I received from the creator of all that is when I was in Spain in 2012. I was living on this mountaintop in the mountains of Spain, an absolutely magical place. I mean, there was a spring of water that came and fed the house, and that's where we got our water for the house. And the house was set up on solar, and we had this wood stove in the kitchen where we, cooked our meals and stuff. It was quite an amazing location, and it was just so beautiful. I was there in April or May, yeah, May of 2012, and I went over to England in March, and that's when all the sacred activation stuff started. And I'm so thankful to be doing this with you. Anyways, when the creator of all that is brought me the Christ consciousness activation, I did it, and I saw this healing of my heart that was truly amazing. I saw this light that went up to the seventh plane, and this energy was spinning, and then I saw Christ put his hand here on my heart. And if you're not Christian or don't believe in the masters, that's okay. I was raised Christian, and I love Jesus. But now I talk to Kuan Yin and Buddha too, which is totally cool because I wasn't there before, because I thought only the Christian masters were the ones that I was allowed to communicate with. But really, we can talk to any of them because they're all here for us. And they've taught me that because they come to me and teach me. And I'm so thankful. And I'm so thankful to do this activation with you. It's just truly beautiful. A couple months after this activation, I went over to Italy, and I'd been wearing a one-piece bathing suit for years. And the bathing suit I brought with me, I hadn't realized, but it was a little worn out in the back, you know what I mean? A little see-through, not a good idea. So I went and bought a bathing suit, and I bought a two-piece. And I'm still wearing two pieces. And you know what? For the first time in my life, I could stand in front of a mirror naked and tell myself I love myself. without all these tons of beliefs coming up. Now, I can still trash myself a little, but probably about only 5% of what I used to be able to do. So I think that's pretty darn good. I look forward to telling you it's 99.9999% gone. Or why not just 100%, huh? So, anyways, this is the Christ consciousness activation. And what I invite you to do during this activation is just relax. And we're going to get started now. Also in sacred geometry, this activates your flower of life, which really brings you into miracles as far as creation goes. If you're driving during this, please pull over.